IPMNation.com.
Counterpunch promo live in 3, 2, 1.
Once upon a time, they awoke to the concerted effort underway to dummy them down, to the forces working at every turn to water down human wherewithal. They stood, they rallied, they drew their line in the sand, vowing once and for all to scale their spines and mortal up. That was the day the tables turned, and the universe itself sat up and took notice.
Live from the Counterpunch Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy on IPMNation.com. If you're not going to mortal up, why not just stay in bed?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is not a drill.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Good day and welcome to, you know what, let's do this, just so I know what's going on. Welcome and thank you for stopping by and hanging out for the, what do we do? If we do some of the math this morning, then this is the 435th episode of the #1 rated All Natural Being, and the gong heard round the world. I like to think of it. It's been called. I'm down with it. Your snooze alarm's sworn enemy. Radio that sparks your smart. Broadcasts that build your strong and unleash your legendary, because as you know, if you're still here, you have a legend to let loose. We're serving up the best thoughts in the history of thinking. That's the way I look at it. And I'm fired up as always to be your virtual hitchhiker, riding shotgun as you get into your day. So what do you say? Here's our opportunity to mortal up, to crush your cant and your critics. I like that little add-on, crush your cant and your critics. It's time. So let's go kick in some doors. And I just mentioned right off the bat, you know how from time to time in the show we talk about 20-minute victories. So we talk about, what can you do right now? 1/72nd of your day. What can you do for 20-minute victories? So this morning we're going to have a little bit of an abbreviated show, and we're going to get through our own 20-minute victory. We're on, later this morning, we're on the way to, what do I refer to? The Columbus Cranium Spa and Needle Emporium for a group of pre-op tests. But I need to cut it short a little bit this morning because it's odd how much this swelling from time to time is just literally a pain in the neck. But let's do this real quick since I left the QR code up anyways. Hey, if you want to give us a call in this abbreviated, my own version of a 20-minute victory, you can give us a call, 833-MIND-UPS, 833-646-3877. Don't forget, you can also text us, even though some little fee applies. You can text us here if you like and let us know what you're thinking. I want to hop right into the thread this morning. Well, let's do this. Before we do, because someone says, well, what do you got in store every morning, right? What are you going to be up to this morning? So let's just do this.
What's in store for this morning? Well, if you're tuning in for the AccuWeather True View Pinpoint up to the minute, out the door, early morning storm center weather first forecast, I'd check your phone to be safe because all this ain't that.
All right, so I have to. You ever watch that where you get all these little things? They go, oh well, yes, just the Klonstrom 17. Tune in for pinpoint AccuWeather for tornadoes on the ground. You'll be able to watch it right here. And I always think to myself, if a tornado's on the ground, are you still watching TV? Are you? Maybe you're watching it in the bunker. I don't know. But in any event, you're not going to get your live weather here. And as I said yesterday, probably not going to get your favorite song either. That's our guarantee. We will never play your favorite song first thing in the morning. All right, let me jump into the feed quickly and say hello to Heather. Heather, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. Kathy, thank you for joining us as well. All right, let's take a quick call. Let's see, where are we? So if that one down there rings, it means it's caller 2. Here we go. Good morning, caller. Welcome to All Natural Being. Who's this?
This is your sister, Janice.
La swear.
Good morning and good luck today.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I said the Columbus. I got in trouble when I called it the Columbus Cranium Shack. So now it's the Columbus Cranium Spa.
But I'm like, did I hear that right?
Yeah. No, it's the Columbus Cranium Spa and Needle Emporium. Yeah.
Right.
I can't get any tattoos, but apparently they're going to stick me full of needles here in a few hours. So, well, thank you very much, sis, for calling in. I appreciate it. What's going on with your day today?
Oh, nothing. I got a wicked cold, but other than that, hey, I'm not going to be visiting any spa today, that's for sure. So,
well, good for you.
I got a cold, I probably not as lucky as you are.
I know, right? All those people running around in clogs and hospital gowns. I mean, what kind of day am I going to have? This is going to be great.
Yeah, right.
Can't beat that. You know, they even validate your parking.
See, there you go.
I know. Look, it's all looking up. I mean, you know what I mean?
The glasses half full with you, huh?
They validate parking. That's all I'm going to say, right? So you got that going for you. It's not like they're going to bring you in for a
free rebate or coupon.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, I'm in.
Oh, wouldn't that be something if I asked them this morning? Hey, do you got a coupon? Do you accept coupons for this spinal tap? Right? Is it taking that needle and they're going like this?
Do you get anything for 5 times up at bat?
Really? Right. Look, at least I should get 2-for-1 cheeseburgers in the recovery room. Right?
Oh my gosh! Yes, I would say so.
Some hospital food.
Throw in a couple of vanilla shakes.
Yeah, I gotta watch. You know, sometimes vanilla doesn't do all that well. Shakes aren't. I think I'm lactose intolerant. Of all the things else I have going on in life, I think I've developed a lactose intolerance. I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking.
Oh gosh, don't say that, B. Oh, yeah, that's not fun.
Well, if you want to hang for a second, we're having a little bit of a tough morning. We got, 27 hours of sleep yesterday, and it did nothing to abate the swelling. So we're talking about a 20-minute victory this morning, maybe an abbreviated version of the show. So if you want to hang for a minute, I should mention this, sis. Let me make sure that I've got the audio and everything queued up just right for this. I should mention this. The good folks at IPM Nation are going to throw the IPM Nation's International Block Party. It's going to be live for the Brian Brain Trust Saturday, March 30th from 6 a.m. to midnight. Live audio, live video. People will be able to call in. All kinds of shenanigans. So I want to thank everybody over at IPM Nation for throwing that together. And just like all the hosts, all the different shows you've grown accustomed to at IPM Nation, they're all going to be hanging out for this event and doing everything they can to, get people to call in and hang out for a while. So we've got that going on.
No,
which
that's huge. Okay, you got to keep telling us about that, the date and stuff. So what do we do? Just call in the IPM Nation?
Yeah, no, you call in the same number. We'll have this same number, and there'll be all kinds of promotions and other things about talking about it and everything else in the weeks leading up. So it's like a week from this Saturday, right? Yeah, because it can't be close to the 30th.
Today is what, the 8th to the 19th?
Oh, great. Yeah, so it's a week from this Saturday.
And I'm not... I'm listening to you through Twitter, and I don't know if you can ever see my comments or not on Twitter, but I did post the Brian Brain Trust thing out on Twitter, but I have 10 followers. I mean, really? I'm so popular. I don't know how much I can spread the word. I feel bad. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I share it.
No, not at all. Well, I will tell you one thing. It said over on GoFundMe that it's still trending and everything else. So let me say good morning to Paul. Just got a text saying he's on his way into the office. Good morning, Paul. Hope everything's going well. And sis, thank you so very much for hanging out on Twitter. I know that our good friend Wayne, back in control, puts it out on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. So I'm glad you get a chance to see it there. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll let you go and get into your day, but thank you for calling. Thank you for sharing around the show, and I will definitely keep you abreast of everything that's going on with what do we call it, the IPM Nations International Block Party coming up on Saturday, March 30th, and I'll be sure to keep you in the loop as to what's going on there.
Yeah, definitely. And what time is that again, Dee?
It starts at 6 a.m. till midnight. It's going to be 18 hours. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. No, that's huge.
If that's something I could do.
No,
we're going to
huge.
wait and see if I could actually pull off 18 hours. We've done a 24-hour marathon, but that was with the advent of a shunt.
I called in for that one.
Yes, you
I finally
did.
figured out the doggone number.
Yes,
it
you
only
did.
took me 20 out of the 24 hours. But anyway.
Not to worry.
I got through.
It's important to have a goal. Right?
Right.
Well, thank you. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Kathy says, and Janice followed me, LOL. So, Kathy,
Yes,
Brisbane.
yes.
Yeah,
I
there you go.
love her.
Yeah.
And listen to this. I love
Okay.
She thinks just like I do.
Oh,
And
my
she's
good
like my
Lord,
10th
Kathy. I'm so
follower.
sorry to hear that.
No, it's the truth. I love her tweets. And
I love her
because
tweets,
she
too.
follows me.
Yeah.
I got a little party thing from Twitter going, you have 10 followers. I'm
Whoa.
like, whoa.
Whoa,
Steve
10
Martin
followers.
in that movie, The Jerk. I am a somebody.
I
now.
am, right, Steve
It's
Martin.
like my name's in the phone book.
Right.
No, I have 10
I am
Twitter
somebody.
followers.
I'm somebody. Yeah, I remember that running around
Remember
in the
that?
phone
I
book.
put
Yeah,
my name's in the
isn't
phone
somebody
book.
shooting at him at the time or
This
something?
is all I need.
Yeah.
And this is all I need. And this lamp is all I need.
10,
But anyways,
yeah.
I digress. But
Okay.
yes,
Very
yes,
cool.
She thinks just like I do.
Oh,
I thought
well.
she posted something.
All right. well,
And then
sorry
I
to hear
started
that.
reading her Twitter,
Right.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think she thinks just like I do. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
She's
glad to
great.
hear it.
Great.
She's always very nice.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear there's two of you that share that wavelength. That's very cool. All right, sis, we'll let you go. Thank you very much for calling. I love you, and I'll give you a holler after I get out of the Columbus Cranium Spa and Needle
Out of the
Emporium
spa.
later today. Yeah,
Okay,
the spa.
remember to get that parking ticket validated.
Oh, I know, right? And they have
And
a
ask about
Tim
the
Hortons in the
coupon.
lobby. They have a Tim Hortons in the lobby.
Oh.
Might be able to take a coupon
Wait,
for like
the
some
free
kind of
coffee?
discount on
You get it for
Timbits.
free?
I don't drink. I don't know. I'll have to check. But I will definitely. Maybe I'll do a report from the lobby in between MRIs and CAT scans and
There you
the spinal
go.
taps.
Yeah,
I'll
let
do a
me know.
live
I
report.
love Tim
That's good.
Hortons coffee.
All right. Kathy says that's funny. All right. Sarah's watching as well. Sarah, good morning. Thank you for joining us on what's going to be an abbreviated version because this is, you know what I feel like, Jess? Remember that Jed Clampett, they were shooting at some food and up through the ground comes the bubbling crude.
Came a bubbling crude.
A bubbling crude. Yeah, the crude oil. That's what the spinal fluid is like.
That is.
Oil, that is, right. With black
oh my
gold,
gosh,
I think. Yeah.
Spinal fluid, yeah.
So, shooting for some food. All right, sis, we'll let you go. What? I'm sorry?
Is spinal fluid like worth the same amount of oil per gallon? I don't know.
Listen, if anyone knows that spinal fluid on the black market is worth more than oil, Sarah's in the feed now. I'll have her tap me like a maple tree. Right? And just bottle up spinal fluid. That's a great idea. Sarah, look, she knows how to do this crap. She knows what's going on.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why not?
free rebate or coupon,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, cool.
I don't
There's
know.
the coupon. Yeah, why not? Yeah, if you find out that used spinal fluid, and in interest of full disclosure, I
Yeah,
should
it
probably
could be
tell you
worth
that
something.
I'd be the donor. So most people are going,
There
look,
you
if I'm
go.
going to get spinal fluid, yours is the last spinal fluid that I want. But that would be great. Sarah, if you happen to know, can you just, do a tapping, tap, 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 and then maybe I can sell this stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
I even got that.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, sis. We'll let you go. I will call you later today. Thanks so much for calling in.
All right.
All right.
Love you, hon.
I love you too. Bye. All right, Janice and everyone on Twitter this morning, thank you very much. I super appreciate it. All right, so let's get to this. I want to go ahead. We did that, didn't we, already? Oh, yeah, what's in store for you this morning? Yeah, we did that already. All right, hold on one second. We'll be right back.
Sooner or later, your soul gets tired of all your crap. allnaturalbeing.com.
I got a picture, but I haven't gotten his permission yet. My good friend Doug Harmon is going to be doing this. He's going to go from Atlanta. He's going from Atlanta to Austin, Texas. So if you're not familiar with it, where that is on the globe, he's going from like here to here. Texas is the big one, I guess, right? So he's going from here to here. And he's agreed that what they're going to do is for every mile, every mile that he makes it on this, every mile he makes us on the adventure, he's very graciously asking people to follow him and sponsor him and his miles and this and that and everything else, and he's going to donate it to the Brian Brain Trust. So thank you very much for that. Sarah says, got to tap at an angle and on the southern side. Got to tap at an angle. I think I could do that. If I'm, well, I'll just make sure I'm facing north, and then we can tap, and maybe that'll work. Lee, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Lee Rowley from Copy Branding is here. Thank you so much. Lee, I think of you every day because Lee was the official sponsor. His company, Copy Branding, was the official sponsor of the time clocks during the 24-hour marathon. And I look at these clocks every morning to remind me how to stay on time. So I think of you every morning, Lee. Thank you very much. And thank you for being a sponsor of our 24-hour marathon. We're still doing this. Now, here's the thing. The doctor said, as far as your Guinness World Record attempt for 81 to win, you're absolutely going to be able to do it. He said, we just want to be able to make sure that you're going to be successful at it. And if you're leaking spinal fluid and it's pooling at your neck and you haven't been able to work with Sarah and she tapped it, but you weren't facing south, so now it's no good. All the regular stuff that comes when you put a maple syrup tap at the base of your skull. So we're going to do it. It's just going to be postponed a little bit until the Cracker Jack team at the Columbus Cranium Shack figures out what's going on and what we need to do to make that happen. All right, so this morning, let's jump in if we can in our closing minutes. If you want to give us a call, don't forget, as Janice just showed, for anyone on Twitter or over on YouTube, if you want, you're also welcome to text us. I don't know what that means. There's a recent one. Oh, well, you know what that means? I know what that means. Yes, thank you very much. Good morning to you as well. Good morning, Lee. Thank you. And for the people texting in, now, when you text in over here on the number, you have to tell me who it is. All I see is the text and the phone number that it came from, and chances of me memorizing even like area codes are slim to none. So let me know in the text, hey, it's such and such, and that way I can give you a shout out back. All right, don't forget, if you're heading out and about and you're going to go, I'd like to, well, I'll listen to him ramble on while I'm hopping the car, as Paul is doing this morning on the way to the office. Oh, I should mention Blender Buffer. Absolutely love it. It's a great way. As I said the other day, I was in line at a grocery store and someone said to me, I listen to your show all the time over on Spotify. So folks at Spotify, thank you very much. Oh, let me also say hello to the people at iTunes and iHeartRadio. Truly is an honor. But he said, do you mind if I give you a tagline for Blender Buffer? And I said, no, that'd be great. And he goes, Blender Buffer, why make them suffer? So there you go. Blender Buff, perfect way to just literally tamp down the sounds of your early morning coffee so you don't wake up everybody in the house. All right, so let's do this morning. I want to get right to it. I've been getting a lot of text. Oh, and also let me thank everybody. We're still trending over on GoFundMe. I think we were up over $2,500. But you know what was amazing to me? 250 some odd shares of the story. So, and that's just on Facebook. I can't thank you all enough. You know what I mean, for sharing my little soiree. So it's been a topic of conversation of late. So what I thought I would do is post today's early morning meme, and then we can kick it around for a little bit. If you want to give us a call, don't forget 833-646-3877, 833 Mind-Ups, MINDUPS, just like push-ups or sit-ups or pull-ups, exercises for your mind. All right, so this morning over on Instagram, our post and our early morning meme for the day, I have no intention of running from my karma. Wrong guy. Or you could put in there wrong gal, if I'm still allowed to say gal. What's the opposite of guy? Girl or gal? Whatever it is. I have no intention of running from my karma. Wrong guy. So here's the thing. If any of you have ever been hiking in the wild and you know about mountain lions, well, it's my position that fate works a lot like a mountain lion. Oh, thank you very much for the text that reminded me. Yes, we do have a studio audience this morning. So thank you so much for the reminder. Who's in our studio audience this morning? Let me see. Oh, so David has decided to join Socrates. David's a good bit taller than Socrates, but in fairness, Socrates is sitting down. David sporting the toga from the No More Brain Surgeries, No More BS, David's toga. So yes, we do have a studio audience this morning. But now, getting back to it, if you're out and about in the wild, you're running around, and you go, I think there's a mountain lion. Now, there's this theory where people say, you got to play dead. And if an animal thinks you're dead, comes up? Who writes this stuff? If animal, easy for me to say, aminal, if an aminal thinks you're dead, it won't mess with you. Well, that's great advice if you're like with a grizzly bear that has cubs, right? Because the mom wants to know you're not a threat to her babies, so she's going to, smack you around a little bit, maybe chew on you for a second or two just to make sure you're not a threat. And she's going to go, oh, there's no meat on this guy's bone, so she's going to move on. But for a grizzly bear that doesn't have cubs or a mountain lion, they're like, hey, they're not going to fight back. This will be easy. All I got to look for now is some dental floss when this meal's over. And fate is the same way. Right? You can't run from it because if you run from it, it triggers, not unlike a mountain lion. It triggers what? Why do you say it triggers? Great question. Thank you very much. Great question, because when you run from a mountain lion, it thinks you're a deer. And all it sees is attacking you on the back of the neck. Because what do deer do, right? Deer aren't all that bright. You get the whole thing about deer in the headlights. Why do deer, they see a mountain lion, they're like, run away, like Monty Python, right? Run away, want to run away. And then the mountain lion goes, oh, man, this will be great. Their antlers are pointing in the other direction. All I got to do is grab them by the back of the neck. Unless you turn and you stand and you go, no, I'm not going to run from my karma. I'm not going to run from this. I'm going to square my shoulders, and I'm going to tell the mountain lion, I'm going to tell fate, I'm going to tell the tumor, the persistent spinal fluid leak, I'm going to tell it to bring the fight. You picked the wrong freaking guy, so let's just go and get it over with. So I super appreciate all the prayers, all the thoughts, all the good wishes, as I started on a little bit yesterday. When I said my prayer was answered by getting dropped off on this planet in the first place, right? I have a totally, as void of brain fluid as it may be, I have a totally different take on life. You pray to get here, right? There's a long line of people, and you go, oh, come on, you got to let me go. Let me get on the bus. Let me get on the ferry. Let me get on the train. Let me get on the transport, whatever it is, right? Let me get to the planet. Let me get to Earth and run around. So by simply being put here in the first place, my prayer is already answered. And I'm not a real, what is that? I'm not a real, I want my luck buttered, right? I want my luck sugar-coated. I've never really been like that. So my prayer was answered, having putting me here in the first place. And to be quite honest with you, there are some people that don't survive their first, let alone their second, third, or fourth brain surgeries. So for me, in terms of the prayer, it's already been answered for me. I was already dropped off, and now I was just talking to a very dear friend of mine the other day. Kathy says, go kick karma's butt. Well, that's why I say all the time, Kathy, fate's nemesis, because I just simply refuse to lose. So, a good friend of mine the other day said, I'm just heartbroken. And my response was, there's nothing to be heartbroken about, right? Thy will be done. Another good friend who commented over in GoFundMe said, I was facing this really bad time. I asked Brian what he thought, and I said, thy will be done. And he said it made all the difference. Not because they were my words, but because it's a great way to live. You and I are bulletproof until the divine decides otherwise. Right? We're bulletproof. So no matter what you're confronted by, mountain lion going to run you down, you turn. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, you turn, you take your backpack, you put it up over your head, or your mountain bike, you put it up over your head so that the mountain lion thinks, wow, that is one formidable fast food entree there. And then it leaves you alone. Well, it is my position that fate does the same way. And all you can do, not unlike Animal House. Remember with Kevin Bacon? He was getting paddled. He was going to be a pledge. That was back in like 1979. He's getting paddled. He'd say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? It's the same thing. You say to fate, great. What are you going to do? What's your shot? What's your play? Just bring it, because I'm not going to run. You and I aren't built to run, and we know that. So when you say, I, insert your own name, right? I, state your name, left over from Animal House. I have no intention of running from my karma. I have no intention of running from fate, of folding my hand just because the hand that was dealt me isn't something that I wanted. And I talked about the inconvenience of it all the other day, right? I'm inconvenient to everyone around me. Inconvenient because the swelling gets so bad that I need to wear this stylish little cap to try to keep it all packed in, right? But it's the inconvenience of it all. And then you realize that it's inconvenient because you're busy making plans that no one else listens to. No one else sits up and takes notice of. I'm going to plan this. I'm going to plan that. I have a bucket list. I have a carrot on the end of the stick. I have a hope. I have a dream. I have a vision. This is what I'm going to do. Blah, 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 blah. So when something happens to derail you, it's inconvenient because it alters your plans. Well, everything about life is an altering of your plan. I never knew I was going to get a brain tumor, and I most certainly didn't think I was going to be going to the Columbus Cranium Spa and Needle Emporium today to spend an entire day being prodded and tapped and CAT scanned and everything else, right? I never thought it was going to happen, but it's only inconvenient if I go, I had things to do today. And now I'm like, hey, look, I'll check out, not Jimmy John's, what is it? Tim Hortons is the thing in the lobby there. I'll check. Maybe there's some Timbits or something. Maybe there's a coupon or something, right? So it's only inconvenient if you say my day, my week, my month, my year, my life has to go this way. But then you just have to admit you're busy saying thy will be done. But, I didn't really mean that. I meant like a little bit of your will, but more my will than your will. Well, who does that? People say all the time, there's a lot of stress in life. Look, you got to develop a heart for life. The stress comes because we anticipate our plans going the way we want. And all you and I can do is leave ourselves open and say, great, fate, whatever you're going to bring it. But you better be darn good and ready for the counterpunch. And all you can control is the degree to which you stand and swing back. And that's what I'll be doing today. So thank you to everyone. Thank you for all the shares of the GoFundMe page. Thank you for just all of it, for all the text, all the notes, the letters in the mail, just everything. Thank you so much. I super appreciate everyone thinking of me. And again, as I said this morning, it's still trending over there in no small part because of you. 260 some odd shares, I think it was, or 50 some odd shares in its opening 4 days. So I got to thank Sue again for putting that all together, and it's been a huge help because I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm going to get the surgery done. I'm going to recover, and this allows me to do just that. Sarah, Kathy again says, go kick karma's butt. Good luck, Brian. Go kick arse. All right, Sarah, we'll get together and figure out how you can, is there a market for used spinal fluid? Wouldn't that be something? Like, is it a market for tapped spinal fluid? All right, we're going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here, but thank you all again so very much. Oh, and I want to have a special shout out for the anonymouses that made the huge donations as well. Thank you so very much. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, I super appreciate it. And it really does allow me to focus on recovering, which is what I'm going to be able to do. And then hopefully in the future, no more, no more spinal fluid running around like Niagara Falls, like the drop at Niagara Falls, Maiden of the Mist, right? You just sail through the Maiden of the Mist and spinal fluid spraying everywhere. So, all right, let's do this. I need to thank the good friends, my good friends at Telestream's Wirecast. So let's do this. And then let me know. Brenda Lucas Adams, thank you so very much for watching. It's a pleasure hanging out. Sorry, we've got to run. We'll do this from Telecasts. See what happens? My mind starts to go when it's running low on fluid. Telestream's Wirecast is what I meant to say.
Welcome to Your Story Told Live. Wirecast is the award-winning production software for streaming and recording high-quality live video. Transform your computer into a television studio, switching between live camera inputs while mixing in your movies, music, audio, and slides for that creatively professional look and feel. Wirecast, because if you've got a powerful message, it deserves to be told live.
We're a big fan of telling it live. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all again so very much. An exciting day trying to trade in some coupons at Timmy Hortons over at where we're headed. All right. So thank you so much, Janice. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for everyone watching on Twitter and over on YouTube. And most certainly, again, a shout out to all the people that come to me and go, oh, I heard you on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Thank you so very, very much. All right. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Have an absolutely fantastic day. And the divine willing, I will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us here at All Natural Being.
listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy.
Join us live every Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern.
Also, check us out around the clock at allnaturalbeing.com.
Until then, always remember to bring your own bold.
IPMNation.com.